Hi, Steve.
And
Hi, Roberto.
I,
You
How
alright,
are you?
mate?
yeah, so they've got like cattle, sheep, and yeah, well, it's huge. It's like
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Nice.
So all the hills that you
Mhm.
can see, it all belongs to them. It's like,
Right.
oh, I know,
Nice.
crazy. But yeah, it's really good. So and it doesn't have like a proper electricity, so it's all like solar panels.
Mhm.
So
That's
got like all LED and stuff like that. Got the stove inside, so you can like have a. It's yeah, so it's like burning wood just to
Yeah.
heat it up,
Nice.
and then there is a space for outside fire, and yeah,
Very nice.
not cheap, but
Where,
I
where is
think
that?
it is too expensive. It's like North Glasgow, so I stayed in a kind of a cabin. Yeah, good airline.
There a flight plan for today?
There's not. No, I just generated one on Sunroof. So I'm going to load that directly into the airplane.
AGKK. LPP.
Taking off from, what did I say? Runway
This the left.
26 left, and we're landing on 6 left.
Okay. Cruising altitude 34.
30, yeah, 34. Sounds good.
Like flying like in real time.
I was going to actually, for a change, yeah.
Gonna be dark.
Yeah.
When 26 left and 6 left, no?
Correct, yeah.
Via Bogna 1 X-ray? Part 2?
So that again, mate, sorry.
The departure seat, are you using Bogna 1 X-ray?
I'll let you know in a minute. Just loading it in now. Initiate. Yeah,
Spawned on
Bogna,
the
yeah.
spawned on the runway. Fuck.
And the star is Lorry 1R.
I can tell you that this 777 Boeing
Oh,
is
yeah.
good.
Captain Sim one.
It's really good.
It is it? Oh, good. I still
It's
haven't-
it's quite well. There are, should be like more in MFS like to set, but in general, like flying and LNAV and stuff like that, it's absolutely good.
Oh, well, I'll give it a go.
So
Re-download that.
really nice plane. And yeah, when you land, you just have to it's quite tricky landing because it don't flare.
Ah, right.
Because it has got these wheels that are just, you know, like 45 degrees,
Got
you
ya.
know, angle.
Yeah.
So it just hits the runway, and what you have to do is just put the nose down, like
Yeah.
with a joystick or your yoke,
Ah.
because otherwise it will just fly above. You know, the nose will be just going up.
Mm.
So you have to brake and just keep the nose down, like to the, you know, to the runway, because
Yeah, yeah.
otherwise you're just like jumping all over. But yeah, this is so nice.
Right.
You just have to control it like till the very, like, you know, 50-60 knots, because otherwise it will just pop up.
Right. Got ya.
So yeah, that's good. Really good plane. And if they are planning to add some more features to it, yeah, that's really nice. And it's not stuttering, and yeah, I really like it. VNAV is not like properly working, but LNAV and, you know, like ILS,
Yeah.
all these are absolutely spot on.
Right. That's done. That's done. Done that. Done that. Done that.
No,
Check
okay.
that. That's fine.
What's the weather? To live weather.
Bad sim is active.
Oh,
I am recording, Roberto.
Oh, great.
yeah. Gonna move.
I think that's me all set up and ready for a change.
Tree.
Bet I've forgotten something. That's done. That's done. I've forgotten something. Turn the floodlights on. So I can see everything.
If you set up your compass,
No.
no.
It's done.
In second.
Definitely done something with that night light, and they've improved it in the last update. They've got better.
Using the default one. Can't be bothered with the development versions.
What's that? Sorry.
As I said, I'm using the default A320.
Oh, are you?
Just can't be bothered with bloody update.
I'm using the dev one.
As long as it flies.
Yeah, true. Oh, I know what I haven't done. Flight mode. Should we have done that?
Gatwick Airport information go.
Nobody else is joining us.
James is in sim, but I don't know if he's joining us. He's probably on chat by now if he is. That's done, that's done, that's done. Cool. Just waiting for the passengers to board now.
I forgot to connect one of my controls devices. And it just freeze the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hate that.
I think you have to put it first and then run the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Well, I forgot that I disconnected last night because I was playing Battlefield, and sometimes it makes some things to work bad.
Right, passengers are all loaded, wicked. Cargo's on board. Fuel's loaded, yep.
Anti-sync.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by. Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. Standing by for pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Are you using the fly-by-wire?
I am.
Do you load the fuel with steam brief and the flying pad?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brakes set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
What is the cost index that you are using?
35.
Okay, same here. It was 350. Grazie.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright.
How's it going?
Too bad. Pretty okay.
Yeah.
Airport management on my desk here. My headset's doing that curly wire thing, you know, it gets kind of loops in it. You just gotta keep working it to try and straighten it out. Yeah, first world problems and all, but what's the weather like at Gatwick?
You're right. Few clouds.
Yeah, it's been nice. I think across most of the country today.
Yeah,
Blue
it was,
skies.
yeah. Been nice for most of the past 2-3 days. But the temperature in the morning was like 1 degrees. The place
Yeah.
where we stayed overnight. So, but when you just go out and the sun is shining, then it's alright.
Yeah.
So you still have like 4 or 5 degrees in temperature, but when you go into the sun, then you just go in a t-shirt. Steve, are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah. I'm just taxiing around in circles.
I'm almost ready.
Okay.
Just 2 or 3 more minutes.
This isn't almost ready. Almost ready is like 15 seconds.
Well, it's almost here in Peru.
Peruvian time, Chris.
we don't have the British punctuality.
I'm at M3 holding
M3. Okay. I am at Aldi.
Uber Smarties in my drawer. That's kind of them.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
And it's full as well, it's not an empty one. In bonus. I've had my pen though. Swap your Tuber Smarties for your pen, Dad.
Guess the reason why I'm not seeing your livery, Steve, is that because you're using fly-by-wire model, like a default livery for this one. I think there's always gonna be a problem with this fly-by-wire. Yeah. Okay, but I've got all the libraries loaded, so I should see yours.
No, I've literally walked through the door about 20 minutes ago. Said quick hellos and just thought I'd pop out and say hello. Gotta go. My dad's taxi in about 5 or 10 minutes because the eldest he has a part-time job at an arcade not too far away. And he's finishing at 7:30, so thought I might as well offer. He's given us all the inside track on the arcade machines as well. He's been there about 2 months, 3 months. And I thought, alright, right, okay.
And the odds on winning.
Yeah, yeah. It's, saying something like for every £1,000 spent in the arcade, they give out about the equivalent of about 50 quid's worth of prizes. Yeah. So, I mean, and when you're thinking of an arcade as well, you know, they're not my favourite places, but you see some people spending and spending and spending.
They can change the rates, can't they? There's a
Yeah.
each machine has a percentage payout.
Yeah, it says it varies and they can sort of tweak it, but he does have to deal with members of the public asking him for 30p coins though. It's like, it doesn't exist.
Tell you what does exist, which I found out this is there is a 25.
Is there?
Yeah.
As a in circulation or as like
It's very, 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 very rare.
I'll
They are
say.
rare. I've never seen them. It's in our
I-
place. So,
Yeah,
so,
but I bet if you wanted to pay with one, I'm just like looking at you. What the fuck?
yeah.
where do you make this one?
yeah,
Yeah.
All the other ones on
make
joy.
yeah make some more.
He did. Your quiz nights did get me thinking a few weeks ago, Steve, that we should host like maybe at Christmas time some sort of virtual aviation. There we go.
Yeah.
Real world aviation quiz.
That would be
No.
good.
Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious.
That would be yeah good.
Yeah, it's like the Christmas party kind of thing. And we put together like, I don't know, 25 questions in 5 different categories or something, or maybe more. Just make it a bit of an evening over a few hours.
Hmm.
Quiz I do this 5 categories, 10 questions each, and 15 total.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, we'll have some.
Connections round as well, which is really good. So you've got 10 questions on connection. The first 9 questions, all the answers connect. 10 part of it is what do they connect? So like they might be words for a song, or it might be like chocolate bars or cans of drink. Just all the first 9 answers you get, you've got more chance of getting a connection.
It's
Anyway,
like one of these like sorry Richard, it's like one of these TV shows. Then they show you it's like a really for nerds that they show you some hieroglyphs or something and just have to figure out what the connection is. It's absolutely bonkers.
we could. I mean, by way of categories, obviously, we could have like a general knowledge, just what it is, and then obviously real world aviation, airport ICOs.
Flags.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, you go first, and Commander Bestia.
I don't see James.
Because James is not here.
James, sorry, I don't see Steve.
Steve is in front of you, just on your left. He's just moving to the runway. Can you see me, Roberto? I'm just in front.
Yes, I see you. You are turning. You go second, I go third.
Up to you. I can go last. Got only default versions. Yeah, after you, Robert.
Sure. Okay. Alright. Mantoga SRS. Rotate.
Try and catch up with you guys in an hour or so. Okay. Drive flight. Me too. Bye bye.
This flying Airbus is so much easier flying. Is it not the kind of the red lights? Are they not windmills? I think they are. Yeah. Looks like. Yeah, definitely. Have a look at little nav map. I believe so that it's Venus. It's off the coast of Brighton. I think it might be Brighton Marina Village as well. Might be, but I'm not absolutely sure. Definitely not windmills. Windmills. Quite strange. Because when you change the time, there's nothing there. So.
Glitch in the matrix.
Yeah, maybe. In general, I think the AI works like this, so populates something that is actually in the real life. So they've got a set of objects. They will just populate what's most common object in this area. Passing prime meridian.
Are those red dots wind farm in the sea?
No, doesn't look like. Look at Google Maps. Is there anything there about thing? Right. I think what it is on the Google Maps, it's Brighton West Pier.
Yeah.
I think it just might emulate a pier or something shaped like with the lights, but it's like a old remains of a Victorian pier. So
No, that,
Yeah, caught fire a few years ago. Must be destroyed.
yeah.
Didn't know the ships had lighting. Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can see now.
Oh, yeah. The sky looks like it's on fire, doesn't it, to the right?
Yep.
Oh, I hope this time my passengers doesn't scream like last time.
It's fine. Have you done the competition flight yet, Roberto?
Sorry?
The competition flight.
Yeah, yeah, I have. Well, I have done twice the flight, but the first one I was over 2 minutes over,
Ah, right.
so I have to do it again.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? Sorry, mate.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah.
it's gonna be busy month for me, so enjoying what I've got at the moment, but gonna plenty of dives for the training, so
Nice.
yeah.
Weather stays nice for you.
Yeah. This I just can't climb to 34,000.
I'm at 34 now. Took a little while.
Yeah, but you've got the development version, and the default is just absolutely.
Right. There's a lot of people at VATSIM flying this route. Jesus, because I've got VATSIM turned on the little nav map, so you can see
Yeah.
there's 1, 2, 3, 5 literally on the same route as us.
And
So we've got-
maybe two more in the beginning of the flight.
Yeah, just saw that there. There's some more nearly
And
there
yeah,
as well, further on.
and three more that are almost arriving.
Yeah.
Peruvian almost.
Popular route.
It's common to fly to Palma de Mallorca in summertime from England.
Oh yeah, it's I'd say one of the top 10 destinations.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Ibiza also.
Is it?
Ibiza also.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, Lanzarote, Tenerife,
Yeah.
a couple of the Greek islands are very popular. Portugal, it's got quite a popular UK followers, people like going there from the UK.
Here in Peru, we go more to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It's closer.
Definitely,
But not in our summer. It's most is in May, October, or July. It's our school vacations.
Right.
In summer, it's more like we stay here.
I suppose Australia and New Zealand are quite very close as well, really, aren't they, compared to us in the UK?
Not so. Well, closer, but we don't have direct flights to
Oh, don't you?
New Zealand. We have to go via Chile and Pascua. Pascua is Eastern Island,
Yeah.
or via Los Angeles. So it's
Okay.
but we have a nice summer, and we have a lot of beaches.
Yeah.
So we normally stay here in Peru. Maybe we go to north of Peru. It's Máncora. It's more near to Ecuador
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. The equator. Yeah.
So it's,
Have you ordered that autopilot panel, Chris?
Oh, not yet. No.
Not yet. No.
Just trying to, like kind of manage the costs. What's,
Yeah.
priority and what's not.
Yeah.
It's not like expensive, but
No.
with the baby coming in 3 months, then yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely. Yeah.
me buying gadgets, I'll be like, fuck, are you crazy?
just stay for the pumpers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 minutes.
Okay. What sort of style of food do you eat then in Peru, Roberto?
Sorry,
What
sorry.
style of food? What sort of foods do you eat there?
It depends because it's a big country and we have a lot of different regions here in the coast with a lot of fish
Yep.
uh, and seafood in general.
Yep.
Calamar.
Yep.
Mm, how do you say octopus
Yep.
and shrinks, that kind of
Nice.
food
Nice.
with a lot of chicken, uh, with almost everything with rice,
Right. Yep.
and that's it. But for example, in the highlands, they eat cuy, that is like how do you say this? It's a small it's a small animal, just like a rat without a tail.
Oh, right.
uh, I don't remember the name in English.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
They eat very spicy food,
Yep.
like rocoto relleno in Arequipa. It's it's like a red. It looks like a tomato, but it's very spicy.
Right, right.
That's rocoto. Um, we like spicy food also here in the coast.
Yeah, yeah.
One of uh, one of our favorite plates is ceviche. That is it's a fish just cooked by lemon juice,
Oh, yeah.
because we have a very acid lemon here in Peru.
Oh, right. So that.
So just cook it by the acid of the lemon,
Yeah, yeah.
with onion, chili, um, another uh, another things to give some flavor.
Do you have much garlic over there, or do you not really use
Uh,
that a lot?
yeah,
You do use
we use
garlic.
garlic,
Yeah.
not so much like Italians,
Yeah, yeah.
but just
Yeah,
we eat also a lot of international food. No?
yeah. Right.
But for example, I didn't do it because I didn't found a restaurant to do it. But when I was on the rainforest in Peru, I want to eat crocodile,
Oh, right.
but I didn't found a restaurant to eat that. No?
Yeah, yeah.
In the highlands also they eat frog frog feet. I don't know what's the name in English. The legs of the frogs.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Frog's legs. Yeah.
Mm.
A very French thing, isn't it? Frog's legs. Snails as well, they like, don't they? The French. Escargot.
My mother loves escargot, but
Right.
I prefer the food that has walked in 4 feet, so
Yeah, yeah.
or have swim, but escargots no.
No, definitely.
In the jungle, in the rainforest, they also eat. It's one very fat worm. It's called suri,
All right.
but I didn't taste it. Just seeing it,
Yeah, it
no
sounds
thanks.
don't look appetising. Yeah.
No, no. I my wife want to see how it was,
Mhm.
but then the lady says that when you bite it, it's like if it has mayonnaise inside,
Oh.
and she says, "Oh, baby, I'm next time."
Yeah, yeah.
and, me,
Oh my goodness.
let me see. Let me see if I found a picture of that worm. I have put it in events.
Oh, nice. Looks like a Wichita run. Have you heard of the Wichita run?
No, no.
No, it's an Australian thing. There's a program, you most probably heard of it, that they do. It's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah, I have seen maybe not that program, but I have seen a lot of that kind of
Yeah, they
of
basically
TV shows.
yeah, they go to Australia like celebrities, and they do like bush tucker trials, and they literally live in the outback, like the jungle in Australia, for
Yeah,
a few months or however long it is, and they have to eat all kinds of weird foods to earn themselves a meal for the camp, basically.
yeah.
Like these things, they look exactly like that picture. These things, Wichita
Th-
runs.
they must be maybe family
Might be, yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, they eat all kinds of disgusting things. Literally, they eat spiders, they eat crickets. Yeah, disgusting. But in Australia, in the outback, that's what they live on. So it's, you've got to survive on something.
I eat a lot by my eyes.
Yeah.
And what are the most common dishes in England?
Fish and chips is a biggie. That's one of our favourites over here.
Yeah.
And your traditional English breakfast. That's your eggs, bacon, beans. Massive fry up basically for breakfast.
Hmm.
Steak. That's a very popular one over here. But normal things we eat, chicken, pork, lamb, anything like that, really. Everyday sort of food. Yeah. Eat a lot of curries, Chinese food. We've got so many takeaways over here. Restaurants, unbelievable. Sport for choice, really are. Yeah. I eat anything really, to be honest with you. Nothing phases me. So, that's what I do. When I go abroad to other countries, a lot of people, they go abroad and they always try to find an English pub or something like that. And, I'm not. It's like I go on holiday to enjoy their culture, eat their food and things like that. That's what it's all about.
Always is very difficult to say what is the best dish in a country, no? Because for me, it must be something for my wife another, for my kids another. So it's not simple.
Yeah. Oh, get some turbulence here. Jesus.
Yeah, it's quite bumpy
Yeah.
from left to right.
Yep. I just got an overspeed warning.
Yeah, I got it as well.
Yeah.
I haven't get to the turbulence yet.
What's the foods of Poland, Chris? Traditional food.
Greasy.
Do what?
Too greasy.
Greasy.
Like a lot of fat
Right.
in the food. So most of the stuff is like fried in like really heavy oil.
Well, same here.
Yeah, but mostly, it's most like potato based stuff as well. So you have to have like potatoes all over the place.
Yeah.
And in different forms, like mostly boiled. You can have them fried or whatever, and there are like really thick kind of sauces to it. So whenever you cook meat, it's always like really burnt stuff,
Right.
and yeah,
More flavour,
a
isn't
thi-
it? Yeah.
yeah, a thick sauce to it from the juices,
Yeah.
and yeah, a lot of fried things and dumplings as well.
Oh yeah.
Dumplings. So that's the kind of Polish stuff, and yeah, mostly like meaty stuff. And when you are at the seaside, it's like highly overpriced fish. Highly overpriced, but it comes from the Baltic Sea, which is shite. So in general, anything that comes from the Baltic Sea should not be eaten more often than 2-3 weeks, with a break of 2 or 3 weeks, because otherwise you just get poisoned. Yeah, so it's not like fresh UK waters. Like a stale puddle, I would say, the Baltic Sea. So, well, when we came here, like 8 or 9 years ago, we used to kind of chase Polish shops just to buy Polish stuff. But at the moment, I would say 95% we eat is just British. Polish stuff is too heavy for me. So no. Yeah, we are slowly becoming kind of British in nature, so
Have you had haggis living in Scotland? Have you tried it?
well, yeah, I tried it. It's not my cup of tea. It's but my lady, she just loves it. So yeah, not for me. Black pudding and stuff like that, not for me. And most of like steak and burger type of guy.
I love my steak. It's one of my favourite meals.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It has to be good. It has to be like really
medium rare.
From a good farm.
Nice peppercorn sauce. Yummy.
Yeah. From like Highlands, like Angus or something like this. Proper.
One steak I'd love to try that I've not tried, and I don't think I will in a long while. That's that Wagyu, that Japanese one.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's about 150 quid a steak.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, a lot of money.
That's crazy.
It's delicious. It's got layers and layers of like fat running through it. But it's just when they cook it, it just melt in the mouth. It's delicious.
Jesus, A320 is so small comparing to 777. Jesus.
I've been flying the A330 a few times. That's really nice to fly.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And it's got the similar, wheels when you land.
Yeah.
So they have three sets of wheels just leaning at the angle. So when you had just hit the runway, it's the same story with 747. You just don't flare it because it's so high. When it's trimmed during the landing, it's just already flared. And then if you flare it, it would just tail on the runway.
Get your descent rate perfect. Yeah, you don't need to do much.
Yeah, and with 777, you have to be careful with the autopilot, because you have to disengage autopilot and auto throttle as well.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if you leave auto throttle
Yeah.
and you will start to
It
brake,
keeps going.
yeah, it keeps fucking going. It's just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
yeah. The first time in FSX, I have the PMDG 777.
Yeah.
It was always at the beginning. It was always because I was used to fly the Aerosoft A320 series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So the first time that I was flying, well, that very a lot of first times flight, I was like, oh, it's not landing, it's not braking.
yeah,
Go around.
yeah.
And I
So
was some bad sometimes. So it was.
that's why the first thing what I do, like when I am like 1,000 feet, is just disengaging auto throttle first, so you don't forget.
Yeah.
And then, well, autopilot you can just disengage at any time, but definitely auto throttle, and just try to play with the throttle yourself and just adjust it to right amount of power. But in general, it's like, yeah, you're just touching the runway, and then wow, it's not braking. So and it's impossible to brake. It just keeps on going. So what's going on? Yeah. So you have
Yeah,
to
too
always
much
remember
inertia.
about disengaging it.
Yeah.
I think it's this. In general, it's the case with Boeing. So I think 747 has got the same story. So when you land, you just have to disengage it, because the auto
Yeah.
brake don't
Yeah.
don't
Engage. Yeah.
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 I like Boeing, so I love them. They are so like more, what I would say, like more savage
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more
comparing to
manual,
Airbus.
more.
Yeah, more manual and
Airbus,
more like
yeah,
more thinking, and they are kind of,
yes, more.
you know,
You have to do the
men,
things. Yeah,
men.
yeah,
I must admit, I do like flying the Dreamliner. When it works.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
such a graceful aircraft to fly. It's just beautiful.
mm,
yeah. The Airbus is just like a takeoff,
yeah, and
push a button,
yeah,
and just to
Get into
sleep
it
on
and
the
fly
flight.
away. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and it looks like, Airbus looks doesn't look like a plane.
Yeah, I know.
The cockpit looks like it's too pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too organized. You've got like everything in one place, whereas in Boeing, fucking all the switches are like in a different,
Yeah.
places. So
The checklist
yeah,
in Airbus is just like go line by line, no?
yeah. Whereas
And
in
in the
Boeing,
Boeing you go,
yeah,
you have to look up, down,
yeah,
left, right, again up.
yeah, exactly. But it's fun. It's fun. I like FMS for Boeings. They are so much better than Airbus ones. More buttons. How much have we got left? Because you're so far from the distance we've got left to the destination.
Got left 310 I've got left.
I'm just like 17 miles behind you. That's better. We'll just do like two, go rounds. I will catch up.
sometimes the charts of the flight path doesn't work. I don't know why.
The charts. Did you say charts?
Yeah.
Have you got Navigraph subscription?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
right. I have. So,
Sometimes they work like when I'm on the airport, but in flight, it's like I lose my Wi-Fi.
right.
Yeah. That's why I like the idea of X-Plane 12 that it's coming out at some point in the future, especially the weather. So the weather will not be based on like airports meters. It will be based on like a real weather. So they were just putting a grid around the world, and they will be just reading the the satellite images or something like this. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
like
it's-
real time.
yeah,
So
it will work with both, no? With the airports and the
yeah.
satellite.
So you will have kind of a really precise weather pattern. I would like to see it because, well,
Yeah.
something good.
Is
I'm
there
not
a
bothered
release
about
date
it.
on it, or is it not being confirmed?
I've seen summer 25th of October, but
That's soon,
not
right?
gonna. I'm not gonna bet on this. But it's been a while. It's been a while since.
Yeah, 11.
I think it's like good, what, 7 years maybe.
Right.
So I think they've been working on it, but it is a huge step to kind of override MFS.
Yeah. But they've said everything that you've got for X-Plane 11 will be compatible for 12.
Should be.
Which is nice.
I don't. Yeah. Because then you would have to buy everything from the scratch, which would be absolutely like shot in the fucking knee. Because people have spent, thousands on sceneries on the planes, and buying it again. Nah. Well, I think that they're making it kind of compatible.
That's good. It might just need to be updated a bit, though, mightn't it? The text.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think the same story is with the farming sim.
Yeah,
so you've got the mods for example 17, and then they just tweak it to make it compatible with 19. So
that's what they do with Train Sim, because Train Sim 2022 is just come out, hasn't it? So
Jesus, it's like it's too fast. Crazy stuff. But if X-Plane 12 delivers what they promised to do, then MFS will be in deep shit. Definitely.
I think there's market for everyone.
I think so. Yeah.
I think what Microsoft have done with Xbox is very, very clever, because as you say, Microsoft's got to watch out. Microsoft likes it, but I don't think they have, because now they've extended to the Xbox market. They've got that secondary market.
And also not everyone wants a so realistic flying sim. No, some people just like to have
it's a
more
game,
fun, less sim.
A lot of people just fly, for the sake of just visiting fucking places.
Yeah.
Just flying around the city with a Cessna or whatever.
Yeah. I like a lot that. I like a lot how it looks. It's what I like a lot of Microsoft. It looks very realistic scenery.
Nice. Yeah.
Maybe it's not so real the way it flies, but I haven't fly a real airplane, so I can notice that. that if you are used to X-Plane, yes, you will keep on the new version of X-Plane for sure. But
Yeah, and
I was
and
using
I
I was using FSX, so for me it's a very big upgrade.
yeah, it definitely is. But I think X-Plane is the only simulator that offers professional license, so we can actually use it for training.
Uh, is,
But
is there
it's
not a on prepared
Prepare for
a professional
Vegas.
version?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prepare for
oh
I think
Vegas.
so.
yeah, but it's really expensive. So
Yeah, very. Yeah, because you can get like
Most of the most of the professional sim trainers units, those that cost millions, I think they use prepare. Some of them use prepared.
Yeah.
there is a Boeing simulator in Newcastle, and it's on my bucket list to go there just to buy 2 hours of just flying in a 737.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
It's not that expensive. It's like 250 quid, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's, I know, it's like 2 hours, and then you've got like, but the experience is quite good.
I was thinking also. My sister lives in Atlanta. Well, I was planning to go before the pandemic, and my plan was to visit the Delta Museum. They have there also a simulator of, I don't know if it's the 737 or another one, but just the same, you pay for 2 hours of flying in the real
Yeah,
training
I know,
simulators.
but still, I think the experience that you get is kind of worth it. So
Yeah.
you
I
don't
think
do it
it's
like every
300.
week or.
No. I think it's like $300, but it's
That's
worth it.
fine. That's fine.
But it's you can go in a small group, no, three, four persons. Uh, this flight, it would be a good vaccine flight. It was with ATC all the route.
Yeah.
I see that there is airports, ground, towers. radars all the way.
Yeah. Have to do it one day as an event. Do it on Vatsim, do an event, do it all of
Yeah.
us, do it on Vatsim, that would be good.
Yeah. Who flies on Batsim?
Sorry, mate?
Who flies on Batsim?
I do. I know
Yeah,
James.
Richard also.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
You, Chris?
I tried a few times. It's just the idea of getting used to it. So
Yeah.
it's not rocket science. It's just with everything you have to practice,
Yeah.
and you need to really have a good grip of your aircraft, changing the frequencies, and yeah. But if that works, then kind of doable.
Some turbulence.
got 180 left.
Yeah.
What?
Said I've got 180 left.
165.
Would you like to try 777 tomorrow, Steve?
Yeah, could do, yeah. I'll have to download it. Start the descent.
Already?
Yeah, so we've got to be at 7,000 when you get to lorries.
Okay.
So it's about 85 miles. Take you to get down to that.
Yeah, with 777 you need to like descend really kind of early. It's a heavy beast.
What's the altitude of the ILS? It's 3,000, yeah, 3,000.
Is it not 1700?
Yeah, 1700.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 3,600 there, then it drops to 970. Yeah, I see it.
And on the default, FMS does 1900. Oh, no, 70. That.
comparing to the 777 we're using tomorrow, mate? Because there's 3, isn't there?
Come again? Sorry, I'm just like looking at something else.
There's 3 versions, isn't there, of the 777?
I'm using option.
777-200, 777-300, 77F.
Yeah, you have to have 200 in order to use 300NF, because 200 is a base one.
Right.
So you need to kind of have at least 2. You know, for the sake of Airwego, you need to have 200 and an F1. Well, don't know how it works, but I was flying with 200. But in general, F is like a variation of it's 200, but it's freight. So it's the same aircraft. It's just like a freight one. But yeah, it is exactly the same. It's just when you press like Control and 8, it just gives you the view of the cargo. Like the whole plane is like a cargo fuselage. It's empty, but yeah. But it flies okay. I think it one of the best planes for MFS that actually flies well. So it's really worth trying. Good. So on this panel, like multi-panel, can you change, from when it comes to altitude?
Yep.
Can you change from, like every 100 to 1000, or do you have to do it in?
That's just it in hundreds, I think.
All right.
Yeah, hundreds. Can't change
Only.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
You still, once you like with the Airbus now, you can change it in the flight panel to like 7,000, like I've just done, but you still need to click up on the button in the sim.
Right. So it doesn't allow you to click like up and down on the panel.
No.
That's shit. But yeah,
It's not
you
really
can't
designed for airliners.
I know.
Really.
Yeah, it's for Cessna, so but still, it makes life easier, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Because every time I try to hit the bloody knob, it just like zooms my fucking cockpit. Going down, yeah. And I wonder if, because there is like I think there is a switch for the auto throttle to be off and on on this panel as well.
That doesn't
so I
work
wonder
on
if
the
it.
A320.
Okay, it doesn't.
Doesn't.
We can try tomorrow if it works on 7.
Yeah.
If it works, then it's absolute yes for me to buy.
Most probably, if it doesn't work, you most probably can get it to work, because there is
Yeah.
another additional bit of software you can actually buy, which I can't remember what it's called now. I'll have to look it up for you. But there's another one you can buy, like a software package, so you can. It's
Right.
actually mapped. It maps every aircraft.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, fair enough. But it would be really handy, like auto throttling Boeing's really handy stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. Okay. Cool down. And I really like manual settings of, vertical speed, altitude, speed, in general. I like it because it just gives you the actual control of the aircraft. You can do it like, VNAV, and that's it.
Yeah.
Does the work for you, but, well, I like fun. Actually, you can calculate yourself your vertical speed as well. You know how to do it. When you look at PAS, speed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you just divide it by 2. So for example, you've got 380, then your vertical speed should be 1900. So you just adjust it accordingly. So it's kind of when you go from your actual altitude towards 0 altitude. So it's just even too much. So it's something like, always divided by 2, and you will have the vertical speed. And it should work most of the time. So of course it depends on the wind, if it's blowing, from behind or sideways. But in general, it should work, and it should give you the indication. And also when you start your descent, it should be kind of 3 times your altitude. So for example, if you're flying at 34 times 3, it will give you 102 nautical miles, from the airport. And then you start your descent, and then you look at your speed, and just divide it by 2, and then just set it on vertical speed, and that's it. That's ballpark figure. Not like ideal, but it's a ballpark. So altitude times 3 will give you the top of descent, and the vertical speed is always like PAS, speed divided by 2.
I found it. Spad.next. Is that?
You can send me the link on the. I am definitely too high.
Put it in the events.
Is it expensive or?
Microsoft flights. It's $24.99.
Okay. For example, if you are at, let's say, 60 miles from the airport, you should be ideally at like between 18 and 20,000 feet.
Yeah.
that's the indication if you're going too fast or not. It's a good fun just to controlling. And if you know how to, you see 320 TAS, then it's 1600 of vertical speed. So that's it. It's just always, divided by 2 and then times 100 or something. But in general, it's half the figure you can see on TAS. So that should be your vertical speed. Of course, well, in real life, they will have it programmed and they will depend on ATC. Anyway, so they will tell you just go down to whatever, and they know. Automatic. So when you trade the car, you just fucking now, yeah. When you see you're going on a motorway, just 70, and then you can operate lights, wipers, radio. You can talk to someone. Just works like this. But it's generally it's good fun. Good fun just to know stuff. Kind of know, because flying the airplane is really tough stuff. You train for years to have it mastered. No more going to the toilet. Just sit down and relax. Good luck with all the Brits just, drinking all the fucking way.
See the island now. Lights.
You were in front of me. Now you are. I am in front of you.
How did you
I don't
manage
know.
that?
I don't know. When do I pass you?
I must have dropped below 10,000 and slowed down a lot sooner than you.
Yeah. You start your descending very much earlier than I. How do you calculate your landing? Your top of descent?
I look at my constraints. My first constraint, which was 7,000. So then I'm putting 34,000 down to 7,000. It said 85 miles. So the waypoint that I needed to be at 7,000 was Lores. So I kept an eye on the distance I was from Lores. And as soon as I was 85 miles, that's when I started. And then once I got to Lores, I was at 7,000.
I create an aircraft profile on Little Nasmac
Yeah.
for the fly-by-wire, and it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I've got one. That is accurate. Yes, so it's it's about 5 minutes out for me. So when I actually do it on here, 5 minutes later, little navigate still needs to do it. So
Yeah.
it's not bad.
The nav map is really like last minute.
I just use it
I
as
would say.
a backup.
Yeah, indication. Yeah. But in general, it's really last minute, so it gives you like ×3.
Yeah.
Like the one that I told you. So if you got like flight level 30, let's say 100. No, 30,000. It will give you the top of descent approximately 90 miles.
90 miles,
×3. But in general, it all depends on the wind. If you've got the tail wind, you would just add 10 or 15 miles. So it will be like 120 because you'll be pushing. Yeah, the wind will be pushing your aircraft toward. So. Yeah, and if you've got like X-Plane 11 and then you've got Tollis 319 or 737, you just click VNAV and that's it. Thank you very much. So it will show you on MCDU top of descent, and then you just select the ILS altitude. That's it. Thank you, and it does all the job for you. So you don't have to worry about anything. So all the constraints, all the limitations of the altitude just taken into account. So it just calculates everything for you, like the real aircraft. So, but it's not fun. Too easy. It's just like
it was like with the Aerosoft Airbus was the same. It shows on the screen. You just push the download and.
I think fly-by-wire will be like that eventually once they've programmed it in. So it's got all the constraints in there now. It's just got.
Yeah.
Just got to get
So
your
it's like
to match it up, follow it.
Yeah, it's just proper VNAV settings, and then that's it. That's what you have to do. Just and then you just click autopilot 2 and lands itself. That's it. Thank you. You don't have to be an expert flying. You both landed.
No,
Oh.
I'm just approaching Evoli waypoint.
Okay.
So you finish in front.
Really? How come?
Don't know.
I'm just almost on the finals. Almost.
On my way to ADX. Do my left turn.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just
I'm,
past
I have
ADX.
I have just turned the ADX war.
I'm just going to Romeo
War or
256.
it's VOR? How is the way you say it? VOR or VOR?
Oh,
You were,
either.
I think.
Either or. God, you're high, Chris. Like 20,000 feet. Oh no, 2,000. Sorry.
Jeez.
Misread that. I thought it said 20,000.
Actually, I'm at 1700. Okay, time to slow down.
Now turning actually side by side by the looks of it on
Yeah.
my screen.
Yeah. I can say hello by my window. Chris, leave the runway quickly, please.
We'll see. So,
2,500. 2,500.
About to intercept the ILS. Slow down.
2,500.
Just doing my left turn now at 80.
2,500.
Still far behind me, so should be fine. Gear down.
Localizer capture.
Where are
2,500. 2,500.
you? See you.
2,500.
6 miles left. And ILS established.
Let's go capture. Flaps full. Gear down.
Left turn onto final.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
What is LDG inhibiting the screen? Do you know?
What is what?
A message LDG inhibit in purple.
Oh, that's something. I asked Nigel that ages ago. He didn't tell me. It's something
Not
to
like-
do with your minimums, I think.
Okay.
Your last chance of, if you have to go around or something.
We just cleared the runway, so
Thank you.
please.
40, 30, 20.
I was
Retard.
10 miles.
that was fucking quick behind me. Like managed to clear the runway. 40. What?
Well,
Yeah, I can
my
see
passengers
it.
scream again.
Oh my god. I've seen like the real videos of pilots landing. So when you got the cockpit view and you look at the end when you're landing and you can see the runway, and then you've got the dartboard, and if you got it at approximately at your level of your eyes, like eyesight, you just look at the end of the runway and just keep it there. Yeah, so that will give you the smooth landing, like. So that's what I'm doing. I have been doing since I saw it, and then yeah, it kind of works, especially in 208 Cessna, and with Airbus it works as well. With bigger ones, not necessarily, because they are higher. So, but in general, up to
Where are
Airbus,
you parking?
anywhere.
I cheat with the Airbus. I fly by wide about
1,000.
and I let it land itself.
Jeez, that's
Select
no.
both autopilots and pass it on its own.
That's crazy. Absolutely unforgivable.
$500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
That's me down. Just nice.
Your autopilot down.
Where are you, Roberto?
In front of you.
Oh.
Do you see me?
No.
In
Just look to your
in
right.
front or
East.
to your right? Yeah.
Oh.
Like 3 p.m. No, 2 p.m.
Oh.
I just cheated on the time, but in general, that's the idea.
There you are.
Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
What time are you free, Steve, tomorrow? Like, ideally,
Any time from
somewhere
10
in.
a.m.
Should be right.
Yeah, just buzz me on. Hit me up on Discord when you're
Yeah,
when you're
I think
ready.
10 should be okay. Just download the 200 and then F version.
Yep, we'll do.
And then we'll just go to your controls, and then it's pretty easy to go from dark and cold.
Fair enough.
It's easier than A320, I think.
Right. It's the same layout, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah. I think Boeings have got different stuff, like on the overhead panel. 737 is really kind of it's really complicated to start.
Right.
737, whereas 777 is much easier than 737.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even 747 is easier to start than 737. So yeah.
That's it. Aircraft off. Lights off. That's done. That's done. That's done. Wicked.
There's a guy flying above us, like called Paddy Mercury.
All right.
Jeez. Paddy.
Oh yeah, I see it. Paddy Mercury. Yeah.